fastest motorbike ever produced.
You won't believe what it's going to be going in.
This is going to be so dangerous, I'm not even going to lie. Now, 2 years ago, I ended up putting a motorbike engine in a three-wheeler, and it was absolutely as hilarious as you can imagine. Now, that was the first ever engine swap I ever did, and quite frankly, I didn't really know what I was doing. Now, since then, I've actually built a BMW E30 from a bare shell, and I engine swapped this with a V8, and I drift this every weekend now, and I built it from scratch. And I'm also very close to completing my second drift car build, which was a Nissan S14, which I bought as a bare shell, and we put an M54 turboed BMW engine in there. So I feel like now I am more than capable enough to do an insane motorbike engine swap again. Now, somehow we got that thing driving, and it was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah! Okay, I'm getting scared again now.
Since that, my skills in terms of engine swapping, engineering and welding have come a hell of a long way. So I look back at that build and I'm quite disappointed that we didn't do a better job. We're gonna do a better job. We're gonna motorbike engine swap something again, but this time it's gonna be a hell of a lot crazier. So let's go and get a motorbike and let's go and get a car that it's going in. And you tell me which one is crazier.
So we are on the way up north. We've got the trailer's on behind us, and it's going to be a long day today. It's a 5-hour drive to pick up the motorbike. Well, actually, I'm lying. It's a 4-hour drive to pick up the motorbike, and then about an hour and a half from there to pick up the thing that the motorbike is going in. Now, the thing the motorbike is going in, you have briefly seen it on the channel, very briefly. You're going to be guessing, you're not going to guess. We've obviously done an engine swap before. I didn't do it to its full potential. We're going to up the ante massively. First of all, the bike that we're getting is twice as fast. I'm not going to tell you what the bike is until we pick it up. But it's named after a fighter jet. In fact, it's named after the fastest fighter jet of all time. So yeah, there's a bit of a clue. So we're going to pick the bike up first. I'm terrified about how I'm going to strap both of these things to one trailer, but we're going to figure it out.
Now, the first stop was in Stockport, where we picked up this bike. Now, I've blurred it for now because I can't wait to show you later, but hopefully we've got enough room in the trailer for the other car to fit on.
Well, I've picked up the bike, which I'm going to show you right now, and we're at.
Now, nobody can hear a word I'm saying because of the wind, because we're in North Wales. We're a long way from home, and we're actually picking up something off one of my friends, Ollie Evans. He's got something, you can actually just see it in the background. I can't. We're going to be picking up something crazy, but let's first show you what motorbike we've got. Ta-da! Now, this actually doesn't look like much because it has been in a crash and it's got none of the fairings on or anything, so it doesn't look great at the minute. But this is a Honda Super Blackbird. Now, for anyone who doesn't know much about bikes, that might not mean much. But let me tell you why they called it the Blackbird. America had a fighter jet called the SR-71 Blackbird, and it was the fastest fighter jet of all time. Can you see where I'm going with this and why they called this the Blackbird? Honda built this bike with one thing in mind, one goal in mind, and that goal was to be the fastest thing on the planet. And they succeeded. This was, in the late 90s, the fastest motorbike ever produced. Until 1999, when the Suzuki Hayabusa did not like the fact that Honda had the fastest motorbike of all time, and Suzuki made the Hayabusa, which is a world-renowned, everyone knows what a Hayabusa is, and the Hayabusa was made specifically to knock this off its title. And then the Suzuki became the fastest production bike of all time. So this bike was the first bike in history to reach 180 miles per hour. This is a 180 miles per hour bike. The Suzuki came out and then that reached 190 miles per hour, the Hayabusa. And then they said, this is getting a little bit silly. People are going to start killing themselves. And then all the manufacturers agreed that from then there will be no more bikes that are allowed to go over 186 miles per hour, and this is when bikes started becoming limited. But this was the bike that put that limitation into effect because it was so damn fast. The motorbike engine I put in my Reliant was a ZX6R, which is a very fast bike. Now the 6R means 600. It was a 600cc. Do you remember the video of how fast that Reliant looked in that video? If you don't remember, I'm going to insert it now. Yeah, that is a 600cc motorbike. This is 1100cc. It is almost double the engine size of the Kawasaki, which I put in the Reliant. So yes, this is going to be fucking terrifying. This has got 650 horsepower per ton. In car language, that is faster than a Ferrari LaFerrari and faster than a McLaren P1. In fact, this would be the equivalent of having 2 new M3s put together. Now I managed to pick this up for 700 quid. £700 got me a super Blackbird, and I've gone with the Blackbird because the Hayabusas were around £3,000 to get. And I want to do this on the cheap. I want to do this under £1,000. So I've got the car for 300 quid. We've got the bike for 700 quid. So let me show you what car we're going to be making as fast as a Ferrari LaFerrari. This is going to be so dangerous, I'm not even going to lie. People. I've not loaded in a while, and that's because I have been so ill for about 10 days now that I haven't been able to move from this flat. Now that's not great, because I've not been able to film any videos, because I just can't film any videos. Now I have been scrolling through Facebook Marketplace trying to find one of the next cars. I'm looking for something specifically, and I can't find it. But I'm a bit worried because I've took like 2 weeks off work, and obviously I don't get paid when I'm ill. So I've actually been earning some money playing games. Yes, I'm actually not joking. If you remember the video that I did on the Caddy, I actually told you about this.
You can make money playing video games on your phone using Testosterone.
Yeah, so yes, you can actually earn money by playing games on your phone, no joke. If we actually come on that video and go to the link, it's going to bring up the Testosterone app on the App Store. And as you can see, it's got 4 out of 5 stars with over 50,000 rating. Actually, over 10 million people actually use Testosterone, which is pretty crazy, right? 10 million people, Jesus. And you'll actually see how much money I've got in my account in a minute. So I've actually got £71 in there from playing apps. So you've got a load of different apps here and a load of different questionnaires that you can fill in. And they actually pay you. Like, look at this one here. You can actually earn up to £301 by paying this app. Complete chapter 7 within 2 days. It's going to give you 30 quid. You can see every single task that's going to earn you any kind of money on each game that you play. Now, from them 10 million users, it's got over 4 stars on Trustpilot and over 4 stars on the App Store. So it is actually legitimate money, and yes, they will actually pay you out within 24 hours. I can't believe I'm saying this. If you want to make money playing games, if you click my link, the QR code on the screen somewhere or in the pinned comment, if you click that link, as soon as you sign up, you'll get an extra £5 bonus. So you're getting free money, mate, just for clicking my link. So yeah, go and make money on Tester Up by playing bloody games.
You won't believe what we've managed, what it's going to be going in. We're going to be putting this Blackbird engine in this. Oh no.
She's a beaut.
Do you even know what that bike is that I've got on there?
I don't care. I'm not getting involved.
And Ollie's already welded the diff in this because he's worse than I am, to be honest.
It's already been over on its side at some point in its life. So, yeah, it was all stoved in on one side. I've actually pushed it out, and then it was like, yeah, weld the diff, see what it does. But actually, welding the diff made it worse. Made it worse to drive because now it actually feels like as if it's going to roll over.
Oh, great.
So, best thing you can do is put a motorbike engine in it.
And we did actually do some donuts in it. Insert the clip here.
You're open, aren't you? To be fair, that's the best ones it's done.
It's like it's got four-wheel drive.
I thought you were going over there.
There's a bit of the story about where it's been and what it's done.
I don't actually know the full story, but there's a book. Yeah, let me grab the book. So, now, I don't know what the full story is, but obviously somebody went travelling. That was, yeah, there might have been something to do with this. This is the lad's book here. So the guy has handwritten every single place that he's been to. So you can see all where this little van is actually
Are they names of places?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
Fresno.
So there's Spain, France, Germany,
Oh
Sweden.
my God. Lithuania, Finland, Luxembourg, Sweden.
So I was like, what? And like the guy just obviously left the van, and then whoever's ended up with it, then I've bought it. I've done car vertical check.
Oh yeah.
So I'll send that to you.
Is it written off?
Well, no. Well, it should be. It should have been, but it's not. It's actually got a clean one, so it means nothing.
Oh, it must be worth a lot of money then.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Suit you, that.
So I'm buying this for... That's ironic.
Yeah.
Insert clip of you stood next to James Dean. I bought this for 300 quid. So there's the engine, which we're obviously going to rip out of it. And we're probably...
You have to pull things from the inside.
No, never mind. So we're probably just going to stick the engine. We'll take all this wood out.
Oh, that
Never
doesn't
mind.
work. They put a bit of petrol in it for you as well.
Oh, thanks a lot, mate. Oh. I hope I've got the ramps wide enough.
It looks normal size.
Look at the welded dip. The seats are falling. Oh my God.
I think we actually took off then.
My seat.
Oh my God, I think we actually took off.
Look at the 11s on the floor. This is what we're going to be putting the bike engine in. Why is this a good car, or better than the Reliant? Well, one, it's got 4 wheels, so it's somewhat usable. And 2, it's rear wheel drive. Which means we can just bang a prop shaft to the back, and we can do some skids. And what's even better about this is two things. One, it's got hydraulic drums at the back, which means we can put a hydro handbrake straight to the rear wheels. The bad thing about it now is that it's a van, so we're gonna make it not a van. we're gonna chop the back of it off and have it as a ute or a pickup. Stuff like this makes YouTube really, really good fun. Like, we're gonna have so much fun, and this has cost us $1,000. We're gonna get some great videos, and we're gonna have something absolutely hilarious at the end of it. But first of all, we need to figure out how the hell we're gonna get it on the trailer, because right now the bike's taking up 90% of the trailer, so.
Well, as long as if it falls this way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'd say I'm overly happy about it, but.
Absolutely. That is fucking
Would you be happy with that?
I'd be happy with that.
Would you?
With your licence, yeah. Not a chance.
Right, well, I might need to borrow a couple of
I'll give you some straps.
Not got enough for the fucking car now.
Oh my God. Go a tiny bit more. Can you go a tiny bit more?
A bit more.
Tiny bit. Tiny, tiny bit. There you go. Nice. Oh my God. Hey, look. Oh my God, that looks so bad.
Does it?
And after a quick look at some of Ollie's cars, he's building his Supra in a minute, which is absolutely outrageous. It's time to get on our way home with the 5-hour drive with this dodgy thing on the back of the trailer. And we're going to see Gary's reaction at the unit. We made it, guys. We're back at the unit. Everyone's laughing at me. Oh, what a car. Charlie has just ran me and said, "That's not you with that fucking Cadjo, is it?" I said, "Yeah, of course it is." We're moving down the mines.
No, don't even go there.
What is that blue thing on
Let's
that
go
car?
with motorbike engine now, innit?
Yes. So guys, come back to the next video. We're first and foremost going to start stripping this motorbike engine apart, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need and how you can motorbike engine swap anything. So we'll see you in the next video.